Hello, 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 and what is this? This is the GNL Podcast, and we're back. I don't know Gilly. What are we calling this?
This is still the GNL podcast, but season 3, episode 1. We're glad to see you guys.
Yes,
Woo!
it's been
It's been a minute. It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
it's been almost a
been-
year.
Yeah, a year.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, dude. Actually, yeah, it's been almost a year. I think our last one was like together was like before we went to when you guys were here in New York.
Oh yeah. So happy 3-year anniversary.
True,
Literally.
actually true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What were we doing that whole time?
I don't know.
No. But just to reintroduce ourselves, my name is Von Drago 604. You might hear Steve also. To my to my left?
The left.
Yes. To my left. Pogi, introduce yourself.
My name is Pogi. And below me
Yeah, there you go.
is Danielle. I don't know your Instagram anymore because
I don't have one.
below...
And to my
Other way.
Other way.
Right.
to my right
Right.
is Gilly.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yes,
Perfect.
Yes. Yes, it's been a year. So, what have you, Pogi? What have you been up to?
Oh my god. Well, I had a questionable last year, I must say, to be in the real side.
Oh.
Up and down. We'll say up and down. Roller coaster. But right now, I've been more focused on work. I got promoted recently. More money, more responsibility, and I've been working on the YouTube channel. So that's what I'm doing as of
Yes. What exactly have you been doing on the YouTube channel?
making videos.
Yes.
We make a lot of videos. We what? I don't know what to say.
So if you haven't been on their channel, or you just came across this podcast and you're listening, Pogi has been doing a lot of reactions to Asian music, actually, if anything, from the Asian region, spanning from the Southeast Asia to Korea and Japan. One of our favorites to react to is XG. That's been one of our main reactions, but we've done many more, and has opened the channel to a lot of lately has been a lot of Filipino music, actually Filipino pop music from so definitely check out so check out the other playlist. You'll see all the reactions, also some TV series, TV streaming series reactions too. So Pogi's been filming that and editing that, so that's what he also has been doing. Danielle,
I want to hear this.
Okay, well, I don't know if there's other stories. It seems like Pogi knows, but let's just.
I know nothing, guys.
Okay.
I haven't talked to Danielle in years.
Okay.
I think the last time we talked was 2 weeks ago.
We might open a can of worms on there, so let's just start. Last time, if you follow the podcast, it's been a year, but last time she has had a couple podcasts that she's been running. How are those going? Or have they been going? Have they been continuing? I know they were two different, they're totally two different subjects also.
Yeah, my Cut the Small Talk one, I have uploaded 2 new episodes since then. I've kind of taken a little bit of a break. I made a new one with my dad about talking about Filipino culture and trying to get better at speaking my dialect, which is Visaya. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait, when did you start this? I didn't see nothing.
I started it because I don't have social media. That's another thing. So it's all on my dad's social media. I started it last month. Yeah.
Yo, put the link down, bro. What the hell?
Okay, we'll put the link. We'll put the link in the description.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. So, didn't you have another one too? It was like on
Like
compliance and
work
stuff.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
And is
just
that still going on, or is it kind of off and on right now?
No, it's off. So like
Mm.
yeah, I've been really, really busy because unfortunately I got laid off like a couple months ago. So that's why I've been like MIA. Just like applying to jobs. So focusing on that and not much of the creative stuff.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Gilly. I know there's been a lot of stuff happening with you, so I don't know what you want to touch upon, but you can touch upon it or whatever you want to update
I guess like
everyone out
the
there.
past like year, I've just been going around like different places, seeing everyone. But recently, I got my real estate license.
Yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations. Money
So,
moves.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So has it started? Has it? Are you still planning, or is it pretty much
I
out there
finished
now?
my orientation, so yeah, I'm starting.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much out there. So
Yeah.
if anyone in the Toronto region needs some real estate advice, just hit us into GMs and we'll hook you up with Gilly's contact on there.
Or anywhere in Ontario.
Yeah, Ontario, Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not too
Toronto,
far.
Ontario. No, yeah.
This guy's very limited.
Ontario's a big place.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It is.
But if anything, you will get definitely great service from Gilly there, on that front. I myself have been kind of busy with life. What can I share? Well, I've been doing Pogi with some TV reactions, streaming reactions recently. Other things have been videography has been. I did a little project with an acquaintance, has now become a friend because of our experience together, and that was pretty cool because I did get a new camera, which is more video centric. So I'm relearning and learning a lot more video stuff. But work has been kind of interesting in the sense that I've been less traveling, although I am traveling next week, and more at home. But I work in the automotive industry, marketing wise, so it's been very, very interesting with all the electric cars and where that's at right now. And then personal life is a little bit more. It's been a little bit more busy because I am in the little older side, so I'm actually a bit like I feel like a parent a bit, but with my parents. So it's been like I'm in that transition of from your parents kind of take care of you, but now you're kind of mutually taking care of each other. So it's been kind of a little busy on the life side on that, but. Some viewers it'll still be a long time for you guys to go through that transition. So,
It's a little bit relatable right now. Like right now, my dad can't carry certain things anymore, so I have to carry things for him now.
Yeah,
So, yeah. It's like
technology is a big one, especially like I'm sorry, like they've hit their like adaptability, like limit to adapting. Hey, I'm not saying like, hey, there's a lot of older seniors who are great at technology, but for my parents, they've hit that limit of like, what do you do with this? How do you send an email? It's like, what do you CC? What's a CC? And so, and even their phones, like my dad still use like literally, all the movies. It's like a burner phone. It's like those flip burner phones. That's what my dad uses. So it's so funny. Like he would go to McDonald's and the person's like, "Well, why don't you use the app to save more money?" And it's like my dad shows the phone. He's like, "How do you do it?" It's like, "Oh, okay, you can't use it."
Oh no!
Never mind.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting in that way. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I've been kind of up to on things like that. So Danielle has stories. What Poggy? What are these stories?
No, I don't. No, seriously, I haven't talked to Danielle. Like, we haven't talked that much this year, except for like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it's honestly been a pretty hard year for me with the job stuff, so that's why. Yeah.
I've been there being laid off.
Any interviews lined up or anything?
So I've done 29 interviews since February, 9 with 3 companies.
9?
9 each company. So yes.
9. What?
Like 9 rounds for each company. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, and I just heard back from one of them, which was bad news. But like, it's been such a long process for just these like 3 companies.
9 rounds. Yeah, how long is like 9 rounds?
Well, it started off being 30-minute interviews for the first 3, but then ever since then, it's been anywhere from 45 minutes to 2.5 hours with one person.
Is this? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, is it in person or like Zoom?
Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is this? I don't know if you want to state the industry, but is that standard practice?
I was not used to it, but I also hadn't interviewed for a company in like 7 years. But yeah, I'm interviewing in the tech industry and pharmaceuticals, but like for attorney positions. So maybe it's standard. I don't know.
Well, let us know in the comments if that's standard. We should hear that because I'm in the same boat as you. Like, if I had to go interview again, it's been years since I did an interview, so I don't know what an interview is these days. Like, it seems to have changed. Like, the only thing I've seen is that people are more like the interviewers are more like soft skills kind of these days instead of like what is your knowledge of la da da da. But I'm sure there is questions like that, but there seems to be a focus of like you mentioning what you do outside of work sometimes, and like or to emphasize some of that because it shows that you're well rounded and that you can deal with people.
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of just like, what's your knowledge in the first or second interview, and then after that, it's like, tell me a time when you had a conflict with somebody. How did you resolve that? Yeah, I was curious about how you guys are in interviews because like some people are just so naturally confident and they're not scared, and other people are like shitting their pants. I'm the shitting their pants kind, but I don't know how you guys are.
I don't know. BS.
What?
Okay, actually,
I guess my answers.
Well, why don't we do this? Okay, for your current job, your interview, what do you remember about it?
Yeah, you can ask us.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
What do you remember, Pogi, of that interview? Like, what was that experience?
My first interview,
or
my current job,
or your current job, or whatever job. Like, yeah, your current job, because it's kind of like. Do you remember like how the interview went? And...
No, I think I knew the I knew the people already because I was kind of like interning for them already. So then they took me full time. So like it wasn't like a brand new company. I don't know anything.
Okay, when was the last interview then? Like you had full interview, like
a random company?
Yeah, or whatever.
Come back to me at the thing. It's been a while.
Gilly.
It was pretty easy. I was a referral, so they called me and they were like, "Are you familiar with like accounting software?" I'm like, "Yes, like Excel, right?" And like Microsoft Office. It was like 5-minute conversation
or anything like that.
No, it was like 5 minutes, and then I went to the office, and then I guess I did some work for a week, and then that was it.
What?
That's how
a trial run. I don't know if it was trial run or like I was just hired right away. But yeah.
Damn.
Were you recommended then? I guess you were someone.
Yeah, I was referred to. Yeah.
Yeah, referred to. Yeah, it seems like that. My last interview was when I was working at Electronic Arts, and it was really weird. Well, it's not weird in the sense that I knew the guy from renting video games back when we rented video games. I'm kind of aging myself. But I knew of him, and then I bumped into him when I was working at Electronic Boutique, and I was just like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while," because it was a gaming thing. And I go, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, where you at now?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm working at Electronic Arts," and I was just like, "Oh, cool." I was just like, And I jokingly said, you guys have any open positions? And he's just like, actually, we do. I'm like, oh, what the heck? And he goes, yeah, here. It's like, just email me and whatever, and then we'll see, right? And so I emailed him, and then he emailed me back and go, okay, this is coming into the campus and stuff. And this is like full corporate campus. Like this is when campuses for companies started to be like a thing, especially in the IT software thing. So I went in, I was like, holy jeez, man, they got like full on park campus. They had a soccer field and everything, and then so I was like walking in. But it was it was for a QA position, quality assurance. So I was going in, and it's so funny because at first you see these people in the room and you think they're all like whatever, right? So you, it's like you all think they're big and they're okay. It's like, oh, what experience have you had with games? So I say I play games all the time, and then they're like, okay, it's like, oh, let's see we do a lot of sports here. What are your sports knowledge? And it was just like, oh, so what happens when a ball hits the ground and it goes over the wall? I was like, oh, that's a ground rule double. It's like, oh, okay, not a lot of people know that. And and then you kind of talk about. We were talking about, I guess, game subjects and stuff. It didn't get into like what is your test methodology or and then it's like, oh, okay. And then they call me back and he's like, oh, okay, you got the contract, whatever. It's on contract job. It's like, go in. Then I find out later the guy's like a total goof and like who interviewed me, and he's just it's like he's not like this like big manager or anything like that. The other guy I knew, he kind of had to stay out of it because he kind of knew me, so he had to let other people interview. So, but yeah, it was weird, and I always found that like people, you kind of know an interview is going really well is when you're not talking about the subject of the job. Like you're talking about other things. Like I heard one time one of my colleagues when I was working at EA, and we were all going for a producer position, and I had it where they were talking about producer, what would you do, what's your testimony. Another guy said all they talked was about like UFC.
What?
And then he got the job. And I was like, oh, what the heck? So it's kind of weird, yeah, how interviews can go. So I don't know. I'm not saying that's how it is everywhere. Again, that was like years ago. I don't know how I interview like 9 rounds. I don't know. I can't. I think I did for that producer job though. I did go like it was like it took like half the day. It was like 4 hours of me sitting in that room, and I had like 5 people come in, like groups of people, and some were like pairs of multiple like interviews. So yeah. So I kind of know what you're talking about, Danielle, in some sense of the multiple rounds, because I guess you might be dealing with, especially since it's like the law part of the company, right? So you're probably dealing with so many different departments and stuff and everything. So that's why there's a lot of multiple interviews.
My attention span.
What was the hardest question that you got during an interview?
So, the one interview that was 2.5 hours, it was supposed to be 30 minutes.
Oh.
And the guy was like, okay, before we start, could you do me a favor and check your schedule and let me know how much time you have to talk to me? Because I want this to be a time where you can ask literally anything and I could ask you literally anything. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty open the whole afternoon, so whatever. So we ended up talking. Yeah, it started at 2 and it ended at 4:30. But he was like, all right, hypo, I'm a customer and I'm pissed. And I'm pissed because I'm reading your like terms of service contract and you're saying that you're going to collect my data to do all this stuff. Like, and I see that you're going to be using Google as one of the platforms to collect the data, but Google is one of our competitors. What do you do? And then I was just like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
But then he kept pressing me. Like if I gave him an answer, he'd be like, okay, I'm okay with that part, but I don't like B. What are you going to do instead? And I was just like, oh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a stressful interview. What the heck?
Yeah, that's a
I
tough
know.
question. Yeah.
Hmm.
Especially on the spot. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Do
do
you
you
guys?
do? Did he give you the answer?
He said no. He didn't give me the answer. At the end of it, he said, "There's no wrong answer,"
Oh,
but
okay.
I liked the way you answered it. So like I would sign on as a customer if this was real, and I was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like thought, it's like your process, your thought process.
Yeah. Well, could you give us a quick summary of how you answer that? Like, Google's a competitor?
Oh
I'm
my gosh,
curious.
let me see if it's repressed in my brain or if I can remember. I think I said, okay, I would try to work with our engineers to limit the amount of time Google actually is handling your information. So like they don't have it because I said like we need to use it or
Yeah.
else we're not going to be able to complete our contractual duties. And I said, what's your issue with us using Google? And they're like, I just don't want them to have our information, like whatever. And I was like, okay, what if I say we can force Google to only use your information for like, I don't know, 24 hours. And then after that time period, it's gone. Are you okay with that? And then he was like, yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my brain don't work like that. That was like a different language, some of it.
I literally almost cried during the interview, but I was like, you're on video.
Oh.
Fish are off.
Yeah, 4 hours in a video call, bro. Just being Oh my god, my attention span wouldn't work.
It's one-on-one,
you-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever given an interview?
I have. Have you guys?
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Have
Are you tough?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'm pretty chill.
I'm
Have
pretty
you
chill.
ever been like kind of mess
Bad
around
guy.
with this guy?
No,
no,
that's
no,
so
no.
mean, dude. I can't do that.
No, I can't do that.
No, I remember one time it was like this guy was like, okay, we were kind of like, okay, what do you feel is your worst attribute? And the guy was pretty honest, and he was like, oh, it's like sometimes I can get pretty worked up. I'm like, oh, okay, like what do you mean? And he was just kind of like, oh, I get really competitive and stuff, and it was just like, oh, okay. It's like I really want to get into them. We're like, oh, okay. And then it's like I have my own ambitions, and I really want to get to where I want, and I might, it's like I'll do whatever I need to do. And we're like, what the heck? We're kind of like, it's kind of like it depends on how you take it, but his demeanor sounded like
I'll kill someone.
yeah, like I'll bury someone in order to get what I want. I'm like, oh, okay. And we kind of looked at each other, kind of like, because they did this in pairs. It was like a mass hiring that we were kind of doing. They were ramping up, so they wanted to interview as many people. So they kind of put like senior people and managers kind of together. But yeah, we were both looking at each other like, this guy kind of looks kind of sounds kind of really worked up and kind of psychotic, borderline psychotic on things. So we're kind of like, we'll put them in the maybe
Orange flag.
maybe section.
Do you guys remember like the first, like after your college, the first job you guys like interviewed for? Right after? Dude, I remember back in the day I would like apply on Indeed just to apply but never read like what's the real job.
Oh my god.
So there's this one job. Yeah, this is stupid. I was desperate at this point. Like apply, resume. So I applied to a job, and it was not in a building. It was in a house, and it was a bunch of kids my age. We were being like an aide in a way for patients who are like home care patients, and I'm like, why am I here, and why do I have to learn how to wipe people's asses right now? So I just left.
Oh my god.
But ever since that day, I read everything
It's a good lesson.
Yeah. This is
Like,
right after
read
like,
what you're
college.
applying for.
Yeah.
Read what you're applying
Healthcare? Yes. Wipe ass as fuck. Like damn. I don't know. Then there's this also one job that I applied for. It was in a hospital, and it was a cool job because I always want to like work in the hospital. And but the thing that scared me after the interview, they made me walk around the hospital, see who I'm working with, and it was psych patients. And legit, I'm cool with people until they start yelling. I'm like, does this happen often? Yeah. I was like, I appreciate this time. Thank you.
Oh my
let
god.
you know. Yeah, I was scared for my life. Yeah.
What do you guys answer to the "What are your strengths and weaknesses" question?
I communicate a lot is my strength. And my weakness is I love too much. I don't know.
You love too much? That's such a red flag at work.
It's an interview for life. I'm like, what?
Like,
I don't really have
What?
like a good answer for like
weakness?
what's my weakness, but like for sure like I communicate. I'm a good communicator like in the team setting. That's my strength. But weakness, I'm perfect. Just kidding. Yeah,
I
Yeah, I'm
don't know.
gonna put that in the
nope.
perfect. What you guys?
I don't know. I never gotten that question. Have you?
Really?
Gone? Yeah, I don't think I got that.
I remember
But
saying it
I'm
was
trying
like
to think.
collaborator, good collaborator, and then weakness. I said it was just perfectionism. It's because I get stalled at like, this is good enough, instead of just get the work done kind of thing. But it was that was kind of hard for me to answer because I didn't know. It was like, oh, is that going to be? Is that the breaker? Is that the? Oh, maybe. Like, oh no, he's writing something down.
I guess like a weakness would be like, when you start something and you try to figure out, you just have to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my weakness, I think.
I think I had the same one. Like, you stay on it for too long instead of pivoting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit like perfectionism. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
stall. Like you don't. Yeah. You start it like you're like, oh, is it finished? Is it finished? And you don't finish it. Like, okay, it's done. Like, just walk away from it.
If you guys could like redo college, is there a career that you guys would want to do? Like besides the career that you're in now, is there something you want to do now besides what you're doing now?
I think I could still do it, but if I were to go back, maybe more on like the film industry.
Ooh, I can see you do that for sure.
Like reviewing films, or
just be like
them?
like on set.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the same. Gilly, why do you have to steal mine?
Oh, okay. Actor.
No, I'm the same too. It's like after doing like videography and editing and doing being an extra, I was just like, oh, if I kind of knew the path to it, it'd be to work on a film, even if it's working on camera, like setting up cameras and stuff, and all that. Like, looks pretty good. I should have talked to my godbrother. My godbrother's actually, he works on the cranes, like camera cranes and stuff. So his company is actually where the production companies rent the camera cranes. And he went to like all these crazy places. They actually had to bring a crane up to like northern British Columbia in the middle of winter. It was for what is that Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he was fighting a bear?
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna do it. Remnant.
Reverend?
No.
Yeah, or Remnant.
Remnant.
Yeah, or something.
Revenant.
Yeah.
Revenant.
or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Valorant. That's it.
Valorant. Yeah, it's Valorant. No, but
Valorant.
he worked on that film where he had to they had to put a crane on. It's weird. He showed me pictures of them on a crane on a barge for water scenes and stuff, and they have to figure that out. So it's pretty crazy what they actually had to do. But yeah,
What's film?
Industry.
What you did now?
Probably a therapist.
I can see that.
Oh,
I can see that.
What about you?
I want to be part of like a sports management team.
Oh,
Yeah, like drafting people or whatnot. Something in sports. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Esports.
Nah, I don't know anything about esports, bro.
Sports management.
You love sports that much?
I like basketball that much, but sports is but yeah. What, you guys do school again?
No.
I kind of did, so no.
That's true.
It depends. Depends on what it would. Like if I had the opportunity to do camera operation,
Right.
like for a fucking like a movie camera, that kind of thing, I would go through it again. Yeah, it'd have to be something that I'm really like, okay, this is what I want to learn. Because I felt school was like a lot of the times it's like, okay, you just have to do English and stuff and everything, even though you're going into like mechanical engineering kind of thing. It's just like, what does philosophy have to do with, or psychology have to do with mechanical engineering?
Good classes though.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's not bad, but it's just.
But you don't need it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I got to do the exam, but I have to pass it in order to to get where I need to go, right, or whatever.
What do you guys think about exams, like in general?
I hate it.
I hate them.
Like what exams? Like SATs or just like in general?
Like in general, let's say it's like you needed to get like into like the job you're in, like that.
Oh, I hated that.
I think it's important in that aspect. I think it is important in a way, but a lot of people are not good test takers too.
Yeah. I think it depends what kind of test. Like there's for the bar exam to become an attorney, like they just changed it a couple of years ago, so that part of it is like they give you fake cases and they give you a problem. They're like, okay, you're the attorney on this case. What would you do with all of this information? I think that's a good test because that's what you'll be doing. But the 75% of the test is just memorizing all of these laws in areas that you probably won't even work in. I think that's a waste of time.
Oh, like the multiple choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a test of knowledge of, here's the book and like, what does it say for this, or what does it say for that, instead of actual like giving you a problem and like, how would you handle this problem.
Did you have those like courses in like high school or like university where it's like you need to pass the exam to pass the course, even though you're getting like an 80 or 90?
Pass the exam.
Like you need to get like a.
I don't remember.
You never got those?
Oh no! Oh, where it's weighted, the exam is weighted really heavily in that course than the actual.
Oh, several times.
Practical.
Yeah,
several times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I always do well though.
Mm-hmm.
No, I kind of agree like with the practical part, because I remember doing for life insurance. Actually, life insurance was like a mix. I don't know what the mix was, but the life insurance was like, there was a couple of where it's definition of things, but in life insurance it's pretty like specific.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like your bar exam. It sounds like you get all these like from like work cases or like the work law for this, and then you get like to like what's the law on graffiti or whatever, what I mean? Well, the life insurance one was pretty specific. Like it's on life insurance itself. It wasn't on like car insurance. You'll get a car insurance question or a house insurance question. But they did have a lot of scenario ones. So that one I remember. I hated that one too. It was like 2 hours of sitting and like, oh and um, writing. But the worst case was like the multiple choices. Sometimes I hated was that when you had two answers that were so close and
You
like
pick
you
C.
had to go either way. Yeah, and it's
You
just
pick
like
C.
yeah, you pick C.
When in doubt, just fill in C.
Yo,
Dude,
I had
I got PTSD. Scantrons.
Oh,
yo, I had a teacher where it was all multiple choice, and he made every single answer A.
What?
Dude, that messes up with your head, bro.
Yeah, that messes
messed
someone up.
up.
Yeah, because
I'd
you
be
look at
like,
it
I'm just
this
gonna
can't be
change
right.
some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Dude, that's
messed
actually so
up.
cruel, bro.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's actually so cruel. Do you guys remember your SAT scores? You guys have SATs in
We don't
Canada?
have that
We
here.
don't have SATs.
What kind of tests do you guys have?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
No,
Oh, you had one, Vaughn?
no.
I
I think it was the only thing we had was we had. Well, at the time, I might change from Gilly's time. Was that we had to? We basically had our exams, and then you apply for university. But the only thing we never had a general one, but we had what was called what was it called again? It was for English. But not like
Oh,
your
the literacy test.
LST or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. That sounds
It,
familiar. That sounds familiar.
it's like it's not like your can you speak English? But it's basically like
Can you
like
read?
no, it's like
Can you
a
English
general,
correctly?
no, it's like a general like English, like you do your English course in high school, right? But they prepare you for this is where they give you like a paragraph and stuff, and you have to identify like um the structure of a sentence and stuff and everything.
Oh, okay.
And so sometimes if you are going for a certain course in university, you had to take that test in order to qualify.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just for the course? Wow.
Yeah. So then you would have to take. So there was no SATs per se, but some. I think there was some subjects where you actually had to take a particular course to show your general knowledge of
Mm.
to qualify it for it. So
wow.
Yeah.
For me, they just looked at my grade 11 marks. They're like, "You're in."
yeah. Again, it
wish
depends
I
what
had-
you
I
were
wish I
applying
had
for.
that.
It all depend on what you were applying for, right? If it was
Yeah.
for law or for English or for science and stuff.
Yeah. So like when you applied out of high school, the universities checked your grade 11 marks, and then I guess some of them will just tell you that you need to keep up your grade 12 marks, because
Oh.
you send I think your midterm marks as well to the universities.
So
Yeah,
do you
that's-
have to pick a major?
Oh, yeah. When you pick the course you want to choose for university, there's certain requirements.
Oh.
So let's say you need to take physics, chemistry, and then you need to get a certain mark in like physics or chemistry to get into this program, like that.
Because sometimes people here don't have that figured out. Like they just go into college, just general
That was me.
studies.
See,
Oh,
then
really?
you would just go to community college, here.
First 2 years are the same.
So
Yeah,
wait,
and then
you
you would
just
transfer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is it general arts?
Mine was
I guess general
science.
arts would be kind of the same. I guess Gilly.
I
I
don't-
don't know. It's changed.
so wait,
So you don't know.
you just apply and then wait, like you just take random programs like that?
Not random. There's a bunch of classes that everyone has to take no matter what your major is.
Oh, okay.
Prerequisites,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I
But
guess from there
usually-
you transition off to like a program, right? After
Yeah,
this.
you have to
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah.
Usually, like the first 2 years of any course is like the same thing, like prerequisites.
I think for us, at the time for me, was that you kind of pick your major, I would say, and then they would say, okay, take this course, and this course on the first year. to qualify for the thing. So I guess it's almost the same to some extent, but it's a little different to qualify. That's what I would say.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
But I don't know, because they never, at the time of mine, was like they never did ask for like midterm grades or anything like that. They would just say, "This is what you would need to get in," and da 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 da. Yeah.
Danielle, what you got for your SATs? 2100, 1900.
I had 2150.
You're fucking so smart.
But I just found out that they got rid of them. Like, colleges weren't using them for a long time. Like, they just started reusing
Really?
them. Yeah. I was like, wait, then how did you get into school? And there's, like, I guess it's similar to your guys' system. They just look at your grades.
SATs are stupid, in my opinion.
I agree.
I don't want to say my grade.
But you asked me.
Hey, I'm the one that asked the question. I got like I don't want to say. I'm kind of stupid. How many points do you get for writing your name? Like 1100, right? Was it like 1100?
For writing your name, I don't know.
Oh, well, I think I got that wrong.
Why did you ask what we thought about tests? Do you not like tests?
Really?
It's all right, but it's just like for my real estate course, we had to take like 6 exams. And like if you fail that, you have to pay again, and if you fail that again, you have to pay for the whole course all over again. I'm like,
oh my gosh,
I was just gonna pass it the first time, so I don't have to pay.
That makes sense.
That's
good mindset.
Yeah,
I'm not a good test taker though. I'm really not.
Do you have nightmares? Do you have nightmares of or dreams of like? I've had like dreams where I'm back in high school, and it's like,
Oh, I get those dreams too.
and it's just like, oh my god, I'm back in school. Why am I back in school?
Like, why did I learn history again?
I don't know. I don't.
History.
Do you guys like studying? That's the only problem. Like
Danielle
I guess for
loves
tests.
studying.
Oh, you like studying?
I do.
Like I'm okay with it. Like if it's for a test or something, but like I mean, like I guess I have to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you don't study for fun?
No.
Dude, I remember going to the library and getting those rooms and just gaming. That was my college life. Get a study hall, find a room, and just game or watch Netflix and do
Were
homework.
your parents strict about studying?
When I went to college, actually, they trusted me after high school. Yeah, but high school I was so bad.
How about you guys?
About what?
Like, were your parents like strict about studying?
Yeah.
Mine were.
But like after like that was only for like my younger like days. But as I got older, it's like
You're a good student, Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good student. You seem the type.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Always figure a way out. Yeah.
I wouldn't do homework at home. Like I'd actually be at school like an hour and a half earlier, just because I didn't like taking transit. Like my parents would go to work and they just drop me off. I'm like, okay. And then so I would be at the school so early. I'd be like, I do my homework in the morning. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I'd be like, yeah. And so I'd it'd be so funny because it was like homework, and then it gets to a point of like some guys would come in, they'd all slowly come in and say, hey, did you do the homework? No. It's like, hey, what'd you get done? We all share our answers.
Have you guys hid your report card?
No.
Fuck.
I fully accepted that I had bad grades, so I was just like,
don't you have to get assigned?
I don't remember.
oh, you faked the signature?
No, I would never do that. But my parents would ask, like, where's your report card? It should be coming in soon. But I'm the one that takes the mail and hides it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's lost in the mail.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude, you know what? I blame it on Kumon. I blame it on Kumon. You guys know Kumon is?
Yeah,
we have
math and
tutor.
reading thing.
You did it?
I used to do Kumon, and I remember back in the day when like I was fed up with Kumon, like the amount of work. I would just hide homework and shit And like sometimes like the teachers there are asking, "What's your homework?" I'm like, I don't know. Then ever since then, I've been hiding like everything I don't do, like I don't do well. I just hide it. That was like a bad habit of mine growing up, was to hide like bad tests or report cards.
So you never had like parent interview?
Oh yeah, they tell me I should be doing better, and it's a shock to them. They find out at the parent conference.
Oh my god.
Do you
Sorry,
sit
mom
with
and
them?
dad. No, hell
Oh,
no.
yeah.
You know, I they would go, and I'll stay home, and I'm stressed, sweating, because I know what's gonna come. Because like you know, sometimes when you talk to your parents, like, oh yeah, dad, yeah, mom, dad, it's good. That school's fine. I'm having a good time. Classes are fine. But they come back to me and like, it's a surprise, bro. It's yelling. Well, yeah, I was a bad student back in the day. Back in high school, I was bad. High school was bad. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I thought hiding report cards is normal. I guess not.
I think I was like, ever your workouts? Silence.
Yeah, even back then we had to like sign our test, get our test signed,
Yeah.
and show it to our teacher.
Yeah, I didn't have to do that. No, never had to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just accepted. I was like C's, B's. They were like, "Are you okay?" It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. All right.
You know what I found out the other day? This is like totally like off topic, but kind of on topic. So I was talking to my best friend Dom and his wife. We were talking about like careers and stuff in the Philippines. You guys know how much like a nurse makes a month? They make like $400 a month
Oh,
USD.
What?
Around.
But the standard of living is different.
Yeah. What's the cost of living? That's
Yeah,
the
but
other-
that's crazy. But if you're going to school for how many years, and you're getting paid only like $40 a week or like a month.
wait, what's the occupation?
Like if
Nurse.
you're a nurse,
Like a licensed nurse? Oh wow.
a licensed nurse, $400 a month.
How much does
Is
it cost?
Is that crazy?
Well, how much does it cost a university or whatever?
Dude,
The
I think it's
courses in the Philippines, though.
I think courses in college is pretty expensive too. Yeah, but $400 a month, and compared to here, it's kind of crazy.
I don't know, because my parents so they live there half the year, and
Yeah.
their expenses for food is like $20 a week for both of them, for like all the
Mhm.
food that they will need
Yeah.
A week.
a week.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about that? That there's companies out there like self-serving restaurants would hire people from outside the country, do like a virtual assistant, and only paying them like $7.
Wait, how does that work?
Restaurant?
Yeah, you guys didn't see that in the news? Oh shoot, it's crazy.
I've only seen just robots.
Yeah,
not
I've seen
not an attendant from like halfway around
Taiwan.
the world. Yeah.
Yeah, they start doing
Kinda
that. They start doing that, like having like people from different countries being like being on a webcam and taking orders.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, and they only get paid a few.
so why
bucks.
would the connection's not good? Sorry,
Yeah.
can you repeat that? It's just
I don't know how it happens. But apparently that's a normal thing. A lot of people from like outside countries are working for the US and only getting paid like $7 a day.
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes
That
sense.
happens.
Sounds gross to me, man.
That happens with when I was when I had to go around the province of British Columbia for work. I'd go to these smaller towns because they don't have the population to hire like even like the mundane jobs. They would bring in people from outside, and a lot of them were Filipinos,
Oh wow.
and to do like the menial jobs or even just like a fast food restaurant or whatever. But they because they're not from Canada, or I don't know what the loophole is, but they would pay less than even minimum wage here.
Damn.
So, but somehow they would provide them like lodging. somehow. So I don't know how it works, right? But it was just kind of like, yeah. So I'd go into McDonald's and all I would hear is Tagalog in the middle of like nowhere, nowhere BC. Like it's literally a small town in BC where it's like, I'll put in because we're in Canada, kilometers. Like there's several hundred kilometers. Like the next city is away. It's like forests, right? But it's a really small town. Like it'd be the size of your place, Pogi. Like your little your area, right? But then there would be no city or anywhere nearby. But they would bring them in, and so just to have that business running, because the rest of the people who actually live there are like they're like loggers or they work in other industries, right? They just don't have anyone to work the menial jobs, so it's just kind of crazy.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Just imagine someone at McDonald's is making more than like a nurse in the Philippines. It's fucking crazy to me, bro. Crazy.
Did they raise the minimum wage for?
It's like $20, I think.
Something like 15, between 15 and 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in the U.S. Is that federal or state?
I think it's federal.
The federal thing.
Yeah.
Do states have a higher? Do they sometimes override the federal?
I think they can have higher. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if any states have.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only one I would think would be California.
Oh yeah, because it's so expensive.
Or Oregon. Yeah.
Super off topic, but have you guys watched
Yes.
What Jennifer Did?
Yes.
Oh,
I heard about it.
God, the Netflix.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's based off of someone.
It's a famous story.
I know of the case.
The case is like a close city next to Toronto.
I was wondering where it was.
Yeah, it's in Markham, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like 20 minutes away.
Dude, how do you feel about that case?
I remember that.
I haven't watched it. I have no idea. I didn't even see on the news.
So you don't want to know?
You never saw it on the news?
You don't know about the story? You don't know about the story?
I remember in the news, I was like, what the heck is going on?
When did it happen?
2010?
Around that time, yeah. It's a famous story, bro.
I didn't know about it till like last week.
For real?
2010? I was still in elementary school.
Yeah. So
because Jennifer's picture is pretty like viral.
I remember the story, or I remember the case, the news about it, and I was like, oh, but I totally forgot about it.
This makes you want to, treat your children well. All I can say. So your kids don't be crazy.
I don't think even like it didn't seem like her parents were. I mean, they seemed really strict.
Yeah.
But like
typical Asian parents.
Yeah, not enough for what happened.
Exactly.
And I can't believe her lying to them for so long.
Oh, the colleges and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, the only reason why I know of the show now is because they were talking about how like AI was used in some of the shots. Have you read about that?
Like the peace sign shot?
Or something like that. Yeah, they were talking about how AI was used on some of the shots. I was like, what? How does the AI how does it produce the photo? Like, I always think Photoshop is like someone actually like they put this here, they put that here. It's not like you go to a computer and go, okay, make the shot like more horrific. So they just like they put things in there. Like I don't know. I was like, I should read the article and see what specifically was the AI stuff. But that's the only reason why I know of the show right now.
Oh, okay.
But I know of the case though. I remember seeing the news about it, and I was just like, "Whoa!"
Freaked me out.
Damn.
There's a lot of good documentaries out there, man. Famous one, Quiet on Set. Thoughts?
Where is that on?
It's on HBO. HBO Max.
I don't know how it is in Canada.
Danielle. It's about Nickelodeon, The Dark Side.
Oh, my sister was telling me about that. Oh yeah, I didn't watch it.
I wanted to watch the second episode. Haven't watched the second episode.
Is it good?
There's 3 episodes. Yes, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That would
Oh.
like kind of
Yeah,
ruin my
it's-
childhood.
It's pretty bad.
Damn.
Like everything. Yeah, this is gross. It's gross.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. That ruined my childhood. Legit.
Mm-hmm.
I,
bet.
can't even- I'm like watching those shows again. I was just like, oh,
Like I was watching, like we were watching the documentary, episode 1, and they were showing like clips of Ariana Grande, and like this was on TV. Like, oh,
Was
gross.
it bad? Like what?
Yeah.
it's like lyrics.
Yeah.
Some lyrics that you hear on the radio, and like you're like, why is this song on the radio, right? And you hear like, I was like, I remember some songs when I was at a high school dance, and I'm like, why is this in the high school? I got away with it, right? And then after watching that documentary and seeing those Nickelodeon shows, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Growing up, you don't understand it, but like
Yeah.
now we understand it. It's freaking gross. Like, why is there an adult joke in a like kids TV show?
But okay, so if you didn't understand it when you were little, is it really that damaging?
But isn't it weird for kids doing those jokes though?
But if they don't know,
But you know what? That is a good point. Like, if you don't know, is it that damaging? But then later on, I don't know. See that?
Well, there's also a backstory.
That's a good
to
debate.
It.
That's a good debate, actually.
Yeah, like things happening offset is pretty crazy too.
Yeah. The offsets. The offset kind of thing. But no, but like that is kind of true. Like, if you don't know, then like, I look back at some things I've said as a kid, and it was just like, it was very harmless, but then the adults were all laughing because it was just like, ooh, like kind of, it's like, but like now I look
funny.
back at what I said, and yeah, I go, if I was my parents, I'd laugh too, right?
yeah.
But you don't tell them why you don't tell them. Of course they're not going to tell me why they're laughing. They just kind of laugh at it and go, oh, you just kind of nod and go laugh and go, and then, but yeah, I remember some stuff I was just kind of like, oh, now I know why my parents were laughing from what I said.
If I was a kid, the way that I grew up, I would not let myself watch wrestling. Back in the day, wrestling. I would not let myself watch wrestling back in the day. It was
Why?
the first match was a bra and panties match I watched.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, but you didn't know.
It shaped me. It shaped me to the person I am today.
Exactly.
Trash.
Whoa.
Dude, that's a good friend right there. That's willing to say.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my dad wouldn't let me watch like The Simpsons too growing up. It wasn't even that bad.
How about South Park?
It wasn't even that bad. Like
South Park's pretty bad.
Simpsons?
South Park.
South Park.
South Park
South
is bad.
Park,
South
yeah.
Park is bad.
Yeah.
South
Yeah,
Park is bad.
South
Pretty
Park is
bad.
a lot out. It's blatant, and they will explain why. and kinda
Yeah.
I would not let my kids watch South Park.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you guys control your kids like what to watch or not?
Yeah.
If they're
To some
watching like
extent now, yes, depending on what it is.
all right, age 10. They're watching South Park. You letting them watch South Park?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Danielle's a cool mom.
Wild. They're gonna be wild.
Danielle's a cool mom.
I just wouldn't want my kids watching like super graphic, like sexual things.
Game
I
of
want them-
Thrones?
Is there a lot of sex and yeah, I wouldn't want them to watch that. But they can watch
Age
violence.
10.
Yeah, age 10, yes. Game of Thrones, no. But maybe teenage is okay. But it's kind of a weird thing, though, because in Europe, violence is more frowned upon than
Sex.
the sexual subjects.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's
People
kind
are
of
just like naked
naked.
in some
They're
European shows.
they're more open to like their kids seeing like a sexual situation or something than actual like violence of like, you know, what we see on like action, even on primetime TV,
Mhm.
right? Like or streaming, where it's just like it's kind of like, oh, it's just the cops and they're shooting stuff and everything. Even that violence is kind of frowned upon in Europe, more than like a romantic movie with, you know, with an intimate scene. So it's very cultural based kind of thing, and I don't know, maybe it's because of all the naked art that's in Europe. You know,
Can't
it's
help
like
themselves.
no, it's like, oh, it's a naked body, whatever, right? Because they see it at, you know, it's everywhere in the art, it's in the buildings and everything. Well, you know, here in North America, it's like you don't see that. They're not exposed to that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Would your
Different
kids have?
cultures.
Would you let your kids have social media in an early age?
Nope.
I guess whatever.
Cool, mom going down.
What do you think you'll ever like? When will you give them like their first smartphone?
30.
Yo, kids are getting iPads in like 5 years old, dude.
I hate that, dude. Like seeing them in restaurants, like not like interacting with their family and just like,
Oh yeah, with the AirPods.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
my
different.
my nephew's kind of like that, but he's older now. Like my sister gave them phones now, which they are 12.
12 is a good age to have a
Wait,
phone, at least.
12, 11, and 13. So that's when they started giving them phones, around that age.
What kind of phone?
And iPhone. Like,
Oh.
but they're older iPhones. They passed down their iPhones basically. So they got newer ones, and then their old iPhones they gave it down. But they restrict it though, right?
What's
Oh, okay.
restricted?
I think I don't know, they're careful of what apps are on there.
Mm.
And I think even social media wise, I don't think they don't let them have certain things. And I know with another friend, they even restrict like gigabyte the data.
Oh.
So if they want more data, they have to ask permission, or if they used it up, you use it up. So they allow for social media, but only a certain amount of data of the social media, right? Because my one friend wanted to teach her responsibility of like, this is what you get, use it as best, you know. This is what, if you're gonna waste it on that, you waste it on it, right? On certain things, right? So that was her kind of lessons. But my one, back to my nephew though, he is kind of like very like entertainment wise on his phone. But he's a smart kid, and he does still interact with his friends, but they interact through like Discord and stuff. So
it's like us.
Yeah,
I see no problem.
Yeah, it's no problem. But he's like, there's nothing like he actually, if anything, he knows how to cook better than me, right? So it's kind of like, you can argue like, oh, he's not interacting with the family, but like, even though he's okay, I talk to him here and there, and he says some stuff, but you know, yeah. So it really depends on it's really kind of weird. Every family is different per se.
When did you guys get your first cell phone?
Cell phone or smartphone?
Cell
Danielle,
phone.
what age did we used to text each other? Like 8th grade, 7th grade?
12, 13.
I'm stepping out of this one because I'm out of my I had generation.
My first phone was a Nokia for sure.
Same.
Oh, okay. I had the Motorola the
Razr
one. It was a thinner version of the Razr. I forgot.
The chocolate?
I don't know, but it was
I haven't heard that in a while. Yo.
Thinner version than a Razr?
Yeah, wait.
Razr was so thin.
I always wanted a Sidekick. That shit
Me
was
too.
sick.
Looks so cool.
It's called Cursor.
Cruiser.
Yeah, KRZR.
Zed. The fuck is this? Just kidding.
My God. Yeah, dude. I remember back in the day, that was my source of like entertainment when I had nothing. Like I had no like console games or handheld. Is Nokia. It was
The
Snake.
snake.
It was Snake and like Casino or something like that. Roulette.
Yeah.
Those were my entertainment.
I had the Motorola and the iPod Touch.
Oh,
That's
I thought
too
that was
early.
cool.
Oh,
That was
the
too
iPod
early.
Touch.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But I remember when my friend had a sidekick, I was like, dude, this is so cool. Let me borrow that. Let me get on AIM real quick.
So freaking cool, man.
Have you guys seen those videos of like Gen Z and like people are like our age? Like the question is like there's a door separate between them, but you can see them. And the question is like, how do you guys take a picture? Like I would take a picture like or like this.
Yeah.
The kids who are younger, they would do like that.
Yeah. They don't know that. They don't know
Oh.
that.
Yeah. Like how do you make a heart? Like I do this, but like I don't know how kids do it nowadays. I don't know how they do it now.
They're like, yeah.
Gang symbols. On the blood side.
It's like
Oh my
gang
God.
signs.
Yeah, I gotta see that video because like it just made me feel super old. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Someone goes back in time and goes into a bad gang area. So it's like, oh, hey. It's like what symbol is that? Like, it's a rival gang. It's a heart.
It was like, yeah, I forgot the other questions, but it just made me feel super old.
Like how do you pick up a phone or how do you answer a call?
Oh yeah, it was like
Well.
you do this or like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some of them don't even know what like a telephone line is, right? Like
Oh
they've
yeah.
never
Yo.
seen it. Like all they know is cell phones.
The people now they don't even know what VHS is.
That's VHS.
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's
It's just
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I just
You
want to say we're
guys-
old.
Yeah. No, I'm older because you guys had the cellular. Like I had the time of the pagers. Like was my time.
My dad used a
And
pager.
you used pager? Yeah. I had actually before the Sidekick, I had the Motorola two-way pager. But the problem was no one in the West Coast used it.
Oh.
And in Canada. So everyone in the East Coast used two-way pagers, but no one in the West Coast did. It's like the Sidekick also. The Sidekick was more popular East Coast than it was on the West Coast.
Well, Blackberries.
So yeah.
I was
Yeah,
a Blackberry guy.
Yeah. So it
Oh,
was
okay.
I had BlackBerry at one time too.
What's your BBL?
Whoa.
Edit.
BBM.
Oh my God.
What's this BBL stand for, by the way? Big Booty Latina?
Just don't answer.
I'm just asking you a question. No one knows? I'm Googling. BBL dictionary.
Stop.
You guys don't know the answer. I gotta find out.
Oh my God.
Brazilian butt lift. Oh, or I got Urban Dictionary. Sorry.
I think it has lots of different.
Brazilian butt lift. Be back later. Yeah. You guys think dirty. Dude, I used to say BBL all the time.
You would.
Sorry, that sounded wild though. I'm sorry. What's your BBL, right? Okay, I think we're good.
On that note.
On that note.
that note. Well, that was interesting episode 1 of catching up and looking back at some of our experiences. We will I guess throughout the what is it? I don't know. We'll come up with another episode soon. We'll on our schedule, but we will. Yeah, we're starting that up again. If you have any if you have any requests for subjects for us to touch upon, please let us know in the comments. Also, just a reminder that for our channel, we have all sorts of content. Right now, we have some, like I said before, Pogi does reactions. We have some ongoing TV reactions also on our YouTube, so you can hit that subscribe button and that bell to notify when we have a new video. But also, we have some unedited of some of our reactions to our TV shows on our Patreon, and stuff you won't find on the YouTube. So that's on there's a link below. So check those out. But until next time, have a good night. Peace.